Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hey, what's up? So today I got a story time for y'all, and trust me, this one is crazy. It's one of my boot camp stories, and honestly, I still can't believe this happened. If you're ever wondering what it's really like in boot camp after lights out, yeah, let's just say it can get crazy. So grab your snacks, get comfy, and let me tell you about the night I almost got caught hiding from my drill instructor. So in boot camp, lights out means lights out. You're supposed to stay in your rack, not not to get up unless you have to use the bathroom. But most nights, everyone was sneaky. We'd get up, talk to our friends, prepare for the next morning, do our hair, gossip, stuff like that. That night, I decided to go over to talk to my friends. My rack was at the front of the squad bay, and theirs was closest to the bathroom. So I snuck over there, we're laughing, we're just talking about our day, gossiping about the other recruits, having a normal night. And we didn't think anything could happen. The DIs usually do like their rounds at a certain time, so everybody knew when to go to sleep. And sometimes they didn't even come out at all. So then we hear the door open. And I'm gonna call this drill instructor Michelle. She had locks and they were really long, really nice. But she always had them in a bun. But she was our kill hat, and she was the one on duty, which basically means she's the one that usually screams at you, make you do like crazy exercises, terrifying you, the whole thing. Anyways, so she walks in and immediately she yells, "Don't pretend to be asleep. I heard y'all. Y'all know y'all not supposed to be out of your racks. Get in your racks now." So I'm freaked out. I'm looking around. It's dark. The only light that's coming out from the squad bay is from the bathroom. But in the front of the squad bay is pretty dark. So she could not see if I was in my rack or not. Right? So I'm thinking, okay, I still have a chance, you know what I'm saying? I can get back to my ride. Maybe you should just yell and then go back into the other room, close the door. So, no, that's not what actually happens. She announces that since y'all think it's funny to be up, I'm gonna count bodies, and every single recruit better be in the rack or somebody's gonna pay. So I'm like, oh fuck. My heart like literally is racing. I instantly get under the bed and start hiding. Now I'm under my friend's rack hiding from the drill instructor. So I'm just praying. I know she's gonna find out that I'm not in my rack. But I'm just praying she doesn't find me under the rack. You know what I'm saying? So I hear her counting the racks or whatever, and I hear her finally get to mine, and she doesn't see me. She's like, "Where's this recruit?" And then no one says anything at first, and I'm praying nobody snitches on me. And then she says it again, and somebody says, "I think she's in the bathroom, ma'am." So drill instructor Michonne, she yells even louder. She's like, "Recruit, you better be in the head right now, or we're gonna play games in the morning." So I'm fucking scared because I know she's not gonna find me in the bathroom, and I'm literally watching her feet walk towards the bathroom. So I'm like, fuck, like, what am I gonna do, right? So I'm thinking. I see her go in the bathroom, and the bathroom is set up like there's one side where the stalls are, and then the other side is like there's like the showers and stuff, and there's a wall blocking both sides or whatever inside the bathroom, and then all the way in the back there's the laundry room, right? So I'm thinking, okay, so she's gonna look in the stalls area and try to find me. Of course, she's not gonna find me. She's gonna look through the whole entire bathroom and see if I'm in there, and hopefully, she'll go in the laundry room just to make sure I'm not in there. So I see that as my chance. I see her walk into the bathroom. She does exactly what I say, and she finally goes to the laundry room, and I fucking book it back to my fucking rack. And my friends, I hear them laughing, which doesn't help my nerves, but boom, I make it into my rack. I make it seem like I'm sleeping. So she comes back to my rack And she's stomping and shouting. She's like, I know you weren't here before. Whose rack were you in, recruit? I'm pretending to sleep like I didn't hear her, right? And she's and she says it again, you know, and I finally pretend to wake up, and I'm like, what did you say, ma'am? And she kicks the front of my footlocker and yells, stop faking. Whose rack were you in, recruit? And I stay quiet, you know, and she leans in, laughing very evilly, and she's like, oh, so you want to lie? Okay, we'll see about that in the morning. And so she finally walks away, and as she's walking away, she's saying, like, don't worry, recruit, we'll play games in the morning. And she's like laughing as she's saying this, right? So honestly, I'm laying there and I'm like, fuck, like at least my friend's didn't get in trouble. She didn't catch me where I was, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, I can't even worry about what's gonna happen in the morning. I just need to get some sleep. But honestly, the thing that I was really worried about was that she was gonna tell the other drill instructors. And there was one particular drill instructor I really didn't like. We're gonna call her Carly. I really didn't like her. She was like a demon, y'all. I'm being so serious. She used to do this screeching when she was yelling, and it sounds so like scary. Like I just didn't want her to tell her because she would be on my ass, and she didn't like me. So I end up going to sleep. The next morning, I'm waiting because guess who's on? Guess who's there in the morning? Drill instructor Carly. So I'm like, fuck. Does she know? Does she find out? She doesn't do anything to me anymore. So I'm like, okay. So I'm waiting the whole day for something to happen, my impending doom. And the whole day, nothing happens to me. Nothing. And, my friends, they were laughing, they was like, we heard you running back to your rag, we heard the little taps or whatever. And everybody else was asking me, like, was that me running? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, where were you? And I was like, I was hiding under the rack, waiting for my chance to get back to my rack. But yeah, nothing happened to me, and I was really surprised, and I was really relieved, honestly. And I look back and I laugh every time I think about this. And I ended up telling that drill instructor, well, all those drill instructors, what I did that night. And drill instructor Michelle, she remembered and she laughed or whatever. But yeah, so yeah, that was one of my boot camp stories. And trust me, I got way more in the vault. But I want to know what would y'all have done if y'all were in my shoes? Would you have hid in the hid under the bed, or would you risked it, snitched? I want y'all to comment down below. And if you want more crazy stories like that, make sure to subscribe because I have tons more. And likes, comment, subscribe, and peace.